I wanted to talk to you guys. First, I just love having all your kids in the gym. It has been so much fun. This session has been one of the best sessions I think we've ever had, just with the help from the coaches and student coaches and just the kids' eagerness to learn the sport. And for those of you in the 12:45 to 2:15 session, those kids are growing by leaps and bounds. I wish I had video from the first day to now, because they are just improving like crazy. And I'm sure Rebecca and Sammy would say that too, even about the second session. I mean, I'm mostly leading the first session and they're more leading the second session, but it's just so much fun to have them in there, and then just to see how much, if we give them the right tools, how fast that they can catch on and have success. So the main thing first that I want to talk to you guys about is the philosophy of our program. And this applies to what we're doing now, and it applies into the competitive season, but just that it really is about team first and discipleship first and volleyball second. And so volleyball is really just the tool for these players to learn so much more than just the sport. And while we are definitely training the sport, we are training so much off-court stuff from volleyball. So when you are signing up for this, it really helps that you have the mentality that this is not just about passing, setting, attacking, and serving. It's so much more than that. And so the first page on the handout, you'll see it says, what makes a great teammate? And we will continue to have team time. We will continue to go over, we'll have devotionals and character training and things that have to do with building relationships and being great teammates and being others focused and things like that. And so it's good for your player and you to read through these pages. And these are the things that we went through this in our grass season, but this is the type of stuff we will go through all season long. Just about giving relentless effort. A great teammate is unselfish. You put the team first. This isn't always easy, but great teammates find a way to put the success of the team above their own success. So those are the types of things that we really emphasize. That is why I do this. And that's why we have volleyball at a church. If you want just volleyball, there are a lot of places for just volleyball, but this is just so much more than that. So I just want to make sure that foundation is understood at the beginning. And I'm really big on mental toughness and mental training as well. I don't think it's taught enough. Even at the older ages, it's not taught enough. And so we'll be teaching that even with the middle school players. And that mental toughness is those types of things, those character types of things of, hey, if I'm not getting to play as much as I want, or I'm kind of injured, or I'm not having a great game, how do I respond to that? And how do I just sit on the bench and sulk, or am I there cheering my team on? And not sometimes, you have to do it on the outside, even though you feel horrible on the inside. I get that. We all have that sometimes, but getting to the place where you really, really are genuinely happy for the success of your teammates is huge. And if you can get to that point, you're far better off in life in so many things, not just volleyball. So anyway, I could talk all 30 minutes about that, but I know you guys need to know more than that. But just know that is something that I will not back down about, or if there's just character issues or whatever, I will, in absolute love and care for your player, or if it's a parent, I will talk to you, about that and address that so that we can continue to build the great culture that I really see happening in the gym. All right, then the next section talks about really like the parents and the parent, how much work there is in doing a program like this. It's very different from what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now, I could do that, even though it's still a lot of work. It really is, but there's so many components that are not part of what we're doing now, as far as the travel and referees and so much logistics. So it's a lot, and I cannot do it all by myself. Even at this point right now, with what I'm doing with volleyball and everything else in my life, I'm about at zero free time. and we have to have people do lead in various areas. And so there's a whole other section that talks about just the leadership positions that are involved. And so trying to help you guys understand too, that it's not just, oh, what can I do to help? I'll help, or just tell me what to do. What I really need and what really helped me is if you're like, I can manage this. I can learn what is involved to be a leader in this area, and I will lead this, and I can manage these people, and I will handle it. You know, obviously if I don't know what to do, you know, you can come to me, or there may be somebody else who's even over you that can, that you can go to. But like, I'll just read through them really quickly. Just overseeing the gym. There's a whole, when you read it later, there's just a lot of detail of the different things to oversee the gym. Home game setup and tear down. Having an overall coordinator, and then a lead person for each team to make sure that that is done correct and well. Hospitality coordinators, when we have home games, making sure that the opposing team is greeted, knows where to come, where do they put all their stuff, which court is theirs, is going to be theirs first, maybe where do the visitors sit. We also have like an opening prayer and announcements and things like that. And usually we ask a dad to open with announcements and prayer and things like that. And we've got to have that all planned, let alone the tech up and running for that. And then we need like scheduling, which I'm doing at the moment, but like a game schedulers, you know, somebody has to contact all the other teams and schedule games, which again, we're already doing right now. And already a lot of teams have their schedule almost full, especially the private school teams that we're trying to schedule with. We are in our own league. We're in the North Carolina Home Educators Athletic Conference. So we have a conference that we have to play the teams in our conference. They're all homeschooled, and you have to be homeschooled to play in our league. But we also try to schedule like Grace Christian School, who like is literally 2 minutes down the road, and Cary Christian and Wake Christian, and sometimes Southern Wake Academy. Well, a lot of those schools, they only had like 1 or 2 dates left already. And this is what, middle of March. And so I'm like, yes, if they'll play us, I will put you on. And some of them we're going to go play at Wake Christian, JV and varsity. Grace Christian is coming to us, middle school, JV and varsity. And then a couple of other schools I'm still waiting to hear back from. For our league teams, we have to play them twice. We have to play them away, and we have to play them at home. And so we have to have somebody that schedules all those games initially. And then we also have to have follow-up. You know, I mean, we're scheduling now in March. Well, we may not play a team until the middle of September. Well, that's a long time to go without communicating. And so we'll have somebody kind of set up to just check in, you know, have the schedule, have all their contact information, and be checking in with them, you know, a week or so ahead of time. Say, are we still on to come to your gym? You're still on to come to our gym, confirming game times, confirming, you know, our church is so huge, you know, what entrance should they come in? And, you know, some people have never been to Shepherd's Church, so they're like, where in the world even is the gym? You know, just all of those details that need to get worked out, let alone the referees. Same thing, we got to schedule referees, and the referees maybe have never been to our church. And then also travel coordinating, not only so for within our league, there are teams that we have to travel to that are a little bit far away. So Wilmington is about the furthest we have to go, but they're in our league because we're in the east half of the conference. And so they're the furthest team east. So we will have to go to Wilmington one time, and they will have to drive 2 hours to come to us. Alamance used to be in our conference. They're on the west side now, but they want to schedule with us home and away. They're about an hour away west of us. And so we will do a game there, and they'll come to us. Other than that, we've got teams like up in Wake Forest, New Life Camp, if you're familiar with that. Johnston County, Harnett County. Sometimes we play Chatham. They're not usually in conference, but we might play them. So just also like people maybe the day of, right? Well, where's their game at? You know, they sometimes, not everybody is hosted out of a church like we are. Some of them are hosted out of a school or a church, or they're renting a facility. And so even getting somebody to compile all those addresses, make sure they're current, and sending all of those out, it just takes a lot of time. I remember one time we were heading toward an Alamance or something one time, and I'm like, halfway to 3/4 there, and all of a sudden I'm getting texts that, oh no, it's not at this place, it's this place, and half the people went to one place, half the people went to the other place. And so all of that communication and coordination is really just important. And again, if all of that was coming just to me, we'd be in a lot of trouble. I already, yeah, trying to keep up with it all. So yeah, and then, okay, moving on to game day manager. We, like when we have games, whether they're home or away, we've got to have somebody doing a score book, and it's detailed. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I personally love it. I think it's really fun. I like doing the scorebook for when Nolan played basketball, but it's pretty detail oriented. So some people are going to be like, oh, you do not want me doing that. But everybody will learn. This is like our August 9th and 10th training. We'll have stations and we'll go around, and everybody's going to learn at least a little bit of how to do stuff, because again, we can't just have one person from a team knowing how to do something, because that's just too much on one person. But you got scorebook, you have line judging, right? Yeah, I'll sit behind the scorebook all day. You put me out there on the court saying if the ball's in or out, I would absolutely hate to do that, but I might have to do it one game, right? And so you were going to learn how to do that, and then flip scoring. No, you can't all just say flip score. No, that's like the easy peasy job. Though people yell at you, right, if the score's not right. The supplies, right? Making sure we have volleyballs when we go to a away game. We want to have volleyballs in a cart. Somebody coordinating that, making sure that we that if we take the balls to a gym in Wilmington, that the balls come back then they're back in the gym for practice, and not, oh, we left all 40 balls in Wilmington. Oh yeah, we have roster sheets too that we have to have filled out and printed for the correct players on the roster, the correct numbers on the roster. So again, that's a lot of detail, but just trying to share with you how much is involved in running a detailed season. Oh, and then a team communication parent. So if you're good with like GroupMe, social media, texting, you don't have to like to chat, but just like to communicate, and you're good at getting information out, we have like a team communication parent for each team. For example, if the address is wrong, or somebody gets there early, or somebody forgot their uniform, or not that you can totally help them with everything, but just somebody that's really communicating. Or, hey, we're all going to Chick-fil-A whenever the inside opens. Aurora, is your inside open for Chick-fil-A? No, not yet. So but if we wanted to go somewhere after a game and get Chick-fil-A milkshakes and sit in the parking lot, then a team mom can set that out to the whole team, so everybody's included, everybody knows what's going on. That's really important. And then our uniforms, right? Having a parent kind of in charge of the uniforms, distributing them. If we own them, making sure that we get them back at the end of the season. If you own them, then that's on you. But even if we get like teamwear, like sweatshirts or backpacks or something like that, somebody helping to coordinate that order and things like that. And then yeah, even if we have like a media coordinator, as you can tell, I'm so sorry, girl. Like I have so many videos on my phone. I have not posted stuff on Instagram for our little site because I've been so busy all I'm posting is the cancellations and when like the pertinent stuff, but we need to get fun stuff out there too. And that could even be players. If you guys, I can give you the information for like our Instagram, and I need to get our Facebook coordinated on there so we can get stuff out, or even announce, like if we can have spectators, we want people to come and cheer. But again, that takes a little bit of time and somebody that can get all that information out. And then you'll see on, like for one example, you'll kind of see on it says page 9. And this was like from 2019, but you'll see who like all the coach families were and what they were in charge of, and then all the varsity families and all the things they were in charge of, and the JV families and the middle school families. And it just helps you see how much is involved. So let's see how we're doing. All right. Then we get to the handbook. This is old. It's actually like, I think it should say 2019 handbook. So I read through that, please. It talks about like our mission statement, why we do what we do, which I already covered in the beginning. Eligibility, how and you kind of will know that if you were on the Google form, you'll know per your age and what I put on there, what team you could be eligible to play for or not. And you do have to be homeschooled and registered through Nietzsche. Then yeah, just the program information and expectations. it's a lot bigger deal, right? If you were to miss practice or a game in season versus like these training plays now, right? That communication is